Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to boy GhostGG. Today we are reacting to Dune Awakening. This game we saw announced a few years ago. I remember the announcement for Dune Awakening, and I thought it was interesting. Especially, I've seen Dune 1 at that point, and Dune is definitely an interesting world. And then this last Thursday night, I watched Dune Part 2 for the first time in theaters, and wow, what a movie! Holy shit. I know it's very early into the year to say this, but I think it might be movie of the year. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And then I watched a bunch of videos on Dune. And then I believe it was Friday or Saturday, I was on TikTok and I got a ad for Dune Awakening saying if you want to join the closed beta or alpha or something like that, go to our Discord and all this shit, right? So I did that. And then the next day, these two videos come out. Turns out it was a director point or director something, like a live stream of Dune Awakening. I had no idea that was going to be a thing, so I never reacted to the actual live video. But today we're going to be reacting to Dune Awakening official Survive Arrakis trailer, which is only about 2 minutes long, and then a little bit over 2 minutes long. And then also the making of, I believe, which is about 7 minutes long. So we're going to be reacting to both. So let's get right into the trailer first. I am excited for this game. Characters using the Unreal Engine 5.2 in-game and in-engine.
Few survive it.
You survive it. It is a open world survival MMO, I believe. I believe it said it was MMO, but I'm not 100% about the last part. But I know it's open world survival, and I am excited for that. Maybe survival craft. Oh, the sandworms. Jeez. After watching part 2, this is just so cool. Okay, yeah, we're grabbing stuff, crafting. There we go. I love these kind of games, guys. We got a bike. I'm assuming we're gonna have like ships as well, maybe. We have Land Rovers for sure. We got like enemy bases. Oh yeah, just flying. Oh, this is cool. I want to play it. I love survival craft games. I buy them like almost every time. A new one comes out and I just buy them. I'm trying to play Nightingale right now, so I'm stuck in the tutorial part. Like right when you leave the tutorial, we're about to. I guess I'm stuck there. So
Arrakis is a test. Few survive it, but the humans that do awaken.
talk about awakening. I just woke up. Dune Open World Survivor MMO. There we go. It is an MMO. Wishlist now. Funcom. Legendary. Anything else to end here? Alright, no, it doesn't seem like... There we go. That is the official trailer. And it looks interesting. It's a survival craft open world MMO, so obviously it's online as well. I wonder if you can play it offline. I do love these kind of games. Like I said, I'm playing Nightingale right now, so I'm trying to get through that as well. Try to make a video off of it. But yeah, I love those kind of games. I almost buy them every single time. So let's get right into the official creating worlds behind the scene clips.
Arrakis is this unrelenting anvil against which people are beaten and shaped and forged into something that's stronger.
Frank Herbert.
There's something very spiritual about that sand, which on the surface is really nothing, but underneath has a really diverse biological backstory.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite lines from Frank Herbert is, when you end a novel, it's like a train coming into the station that doesn't stop. You just jam on the brakes and let the sparks fly into people's imagination.
Aha, cool. From book to film to game.
Arrakis is a test, is what the Fremen say. And the player comes right into the heart of that test. Dune Awakening is a survival game at the base level. And it begins like a traditional survival game, you know, like you're looking for water, you're looking for shelter, where will you find water in the desert? Will you take it from others? So when we talk about survival, sure, we start with the basic kind of survive. And then when you've survived long enough, it's now time to think about political survival and how you progress within the universe.
Ooh, we're gonna build
The
up,
approach
aren't
we
we?
take when building a world like Arrakis is we kind of have to think about where are the stark lines and how do we draw these epic spaces? How do we make them feel huge and the player feels dwarfed by everything they see around them?
The intention was every time we saw the desert, it was highly brutal, and if you went out into the desert without the right protection and without the right knowledge, that it was sure death. If we looked at references from some of the hottest deserts in the world, the visuals that we saw from those deserts weren't enough. We needed this world to be even harsher.
So we've been working with Legendary since the very beginning. They've been very generous with sharing with us assets from the film and allowing us to see things from the film and allowing us to really understand the vision that Denis Villeneuve has for the world and his characters and the way he's grounding Arrakis. But of course, a game is a much larger scale, so we need to expand upon that vision. We have our own army of concept artists who are sending things back and forth with Legendary all the time. One of my best moments on this project so far actually was I got to go and visit the set of the first film with a group of the people from Funcom, the art directors, the lead artists, and we got to walk around in the actual sets that they had built in classic old school set building, massive palaces.
That's so dope.
We got to look at the ornithopters from the inside and the outside, right? We got to walk around them and get a sense of their scale.
Well, I think what they had done really well is they'd been quite inspired by the world that we had built in Dune Part 1. Now, in a film, you're sort of led on a journey by the director and by the script, whereas in a game, you have the opportunity to sort of create your own narrative and create your own journey. The most exciting aspect for me is the fact that you can take what you've enjoyed and loved and you can build your own stories and your own places. And that to me is the ultimate goal, is to have, complete control.
Using Unreal 5 to create a game is obviously one of the better choices. Unreal 5 gives us flexibility through the blueprinting system. It allows us to handle amazing graphics through the rendering system, the lighting system such as Lumen. Lumen technology allows proper light bouncing. If I had to say one thing in the game that really benefits from Lumen, it's player crafted spaces. In our case, it's like you build a room and you place a window, and the window lets in natural light, and the light will fill the room in a way that feels real. And
I love that.
Technology hasn't existed before. Before Unreal 5, in the olden days, you had to use what we called the LOD system. And that meant that you had to create assets at different LOD levels, so it doesn't slow down everybody's computer. With Unreal 5, we have this new technology called nanite that breaks things down into the right amount of polygons at the right distance. So for us, as a company, this has made an amazing difference to the visual detail of the world.
That's
it allows
dope.
us to create one really amazing looking cliff piece, for example. And then doesn't matter how far away or how close we place it, it performs well and it looks great.
Love that.
Where Unreal worked for us on Dune was that it was a fantastic pre-production and planning tool. On Dune Part 2, we had some very complicated scenes, and we were able to previs all the way from Budapest what the light was going to be doing well in advance. It's the only tool that I've used, I would say, in my 25 years of shooting that is able to be used across a wide spectrum of films by different types of filmmakers.
The most iconic creature in the Dune universe is the sandworm of Arrakis. And so we've tried to represent this in the game in multiple ways. So as a player, your first steps on the open sand, you hear the hiss of the sand in the distance as a sandworm begins to move towards you. And when it gets close, you hear the roar as it erupts from the sand nearby. And at that point, you have only seconds to live if you cannot make it to rocky ground. So this is your
baby.
first experience with sandworms. And these are the little ones. When you go into the deep desert, when you're harvesting spice, the giant ring-mouth sandworms that we've seen in the film will erupt underneath the spice blows and suck harvesters and equipment down into the sand beneath them. There's really only one rule. The sandworm will always come.
Oh, baby. I'm excited to play this.
Humans have always had
Still wish listed, so who knows when it's coming out.
to create something, to build worlds, whether it's in their head, whether it's in text, whether it's on screens, whether it's in games. Funcom as a company has been on this journey for a long time, creating multiplayer worlds where players can live out their dreams and fantasies. We were there in the beginning with massively multiplayer online games. We've been there in the beginning with survival open world crafting games. And Dune is a combination of those legacies, bringing us forward into the future. It's the culmination of what Funcom means as a company and what we can deliver. And this legacy means that we need to really pay attention to what we're creating and how we create it for the fans. Because I think at the heart of this, there's a lot of people out there who really want to live in the universe that Frank Herbert created. And they really want to live in the visual world of the films that they see from Villeneuve. And so we need to create the gap between those two possibility spaces and create a game world where people can live out their fantasies that they've taken from Dune. And yes, it's a huge legacy, and it feels at times extremely overwhelming, but we really hope that we can deliver something for everybody.
Dune Awakening. Oh man, I cannot wait for this game to come out. I'm truly excited. I love this world of what I have seen in the movies. I have not read the books. I want to read the books sometime in the future, but I have watched videos on the Dune lore and all that. But reading a book and watching a video is like two different things in my opinion. Because you're not going to get the full story until you read the book. And apparently the book, the first one is very long, especially since the first two movies, part 1 and part 2, is the first book. And as far as I know, they're only making the third movie, and that's the last one. And that's going to be the second book, I believe, is Children of Dune. So, or the Dune Messiah. I think it's Dune Messiah, actually. Never mind. That's number 2. Or that's book number 2, movie number 3, I believe. So, yeah. I'm super excited for this game. I love a survival game. I love a open world survival craft kind of game. And it's MMO. I doubt I'll be playing the multiplayer part of it. I hope it's on offline as well. But yeah, regardless of what it is, I'm probably going to be playing it. I'm hoping they release more trailers in the future with the more gameplay to see. I want to see a little bit more action, see what the combat is like, because obviously there seem to be enemies and stuff. They said about taking water. So there must be enemy bases and factions. Maybe the Harkonnens are on this. I don't know where in the timeline it would take place, or even if it's canon. But like, even if it isn't canon, just an idea of where on the timeline this would take place. But yeah, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the reaction. Very quick, like 13 minutes. I just wanted to watch both trailers. I should have watched these on like Sunday. I think these are when they came out. It's currently Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. So yeah, I'm a little off, a little bit off. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.